What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. I hope everyone is having a good weekend. Today it's Saturday the 18th of November, and I think we're in a very interesting spot in the markets on Bitcoin. There's mixed feelings for me, to be honest, so I'll explain what I'm watching, explain my plan for the higher time frames on Bitcoin, what my plan is with spot bags, and then we'll dive into some lower time frames, discuss some potential trade IDs there, and what we can expect going into next couple weeks towards the end of the year. All right. Before we get into that, I want to quickly talk about Vel Exchange, and not only Vel Exchange, but especially their trading competition. So Vel Exchange, you've seen that I've been partnered with them for a couple months now. I love what they're building. The team is amazing, and they're growing very fast. And they're currently running a trading competition with a prize pool of up to 90,000 ARB, which is over $90,000. There's a individual competition and a group competition. You can still join the individual competition. All you have to do is simply join Vela. Feel free to use the link in the description. Deposit some money and just trade. You don't have to sign up or anywhere or something for the competition. It's simply anyone who trades will be in. Okay. There's a leaderboard for the highest PNL and one for the highest ROI, return on investment. So even if you just got a little stack, right, try to run it up. Just simply try out the exchange, and you never know, maybe you win. I'm also trading in the competition at the moment. I was on the top 10 leaderboards last week, but then, as I said on Twitter, I gave back all of my profits on that most recent drop. But that's fine. The competition lasts until the end. Lasts for 1 month in total, and it started on the 13th, so it's running until the 13th of December. All right, so still plenty of time to join. So check the description for more information. And yeah, a big thanks to Vel Exchange for sponsoring my content. I absolutely love what they're building, so check them out. All right, cool. Let's talk about markets now, right? Starting off with Bitcoin. We'll also cover some alts that I think are interesting. The spot bags that I'm holding, we'll talk about them. But starting off with Bitcoin. So we've got our big ass breakout out of this range, but more importantly, back inside this bigger range, right? Trading, reclaiming the most pivotal level from all the way back into 2020. Okay, support, broke below, resistance. Well, this was a real break below, right? Then retested as resistance, swept the highs, retested as a resistance, swept the lows, broke above. So immediately, what is the most simple way to see this? Well, if it retests this, you simply buy. Okay, if we retest 32, 33, buy. Okay, even if we get back below here, right, you'll still have time to get out. Okay, well, if it goes in one go, obviously it's rather simple, right? The invalidation on this ID is below this consolidation here. If it breaks below there, you're wrong, but you don't fade, right? The most significant reclaim, the most significant breakout that we've had on Bitcoin for months, maybe even years. Okay, so with that being said, as long as we hold above this former range high that was capping the market, I'm bullish Bitcoin, and I think we will be trading higher. Okay. Spot bags are loaded, and I'm not selling anything before we get to 50k plus. Okay. with that being said, I think we're in an interesting spot. And why? Well, let me explain. It goes all the way back from April 2020. This area that we just retested was the area that gave us the real breakdown. Let me show you below. Well, that made a lower low below these lows. Okay, this area was the sideways price action where we broke down from and started absolutely nuking all the way to 17k in one go. Okay, which is why this is telling me that this is supply, right? This was the sideways price action that led to the massive breakdown into 17k. So you can at least expect some resistance going into this area. You can say it's hindsight because we've already done, but I've talked about this area before we even tested it, okay? When we were trading here, I said the area I'm watching for Bitcoin will be this blue area. And as long as we're below that, right, count that we could go for all of these lows, right, and at least retest 32k. Still being bullish, of course, right? But this area is just an area where we can expect some resistance. As you can see, we actually did see some downside from the area, then a big ass candle, and then instantly snap back down again. But more about that one later. But it's not because you're watching this this area as a resistance that you need to be swing bearish, right? That you need to be targeting new lows. What I'm watching here is just be cautious longing into this area, right? Rather wait for the markets to cool down, to see a range being built up here, and maybe retest some lower levels, 32, 31 maybe even, before jumping into longs again on margin. I'm talking about margin then. If you're not in spot also, right, I'd either wait for a retest lower or a clean break and close above this blue area, and then you buy the retest and sell the highs. Okay, so that's basically what I'm watching here. Mixed feelings. I would wait for a range to be built here, right? Maybe some highs and some lows, right? Wait for the highs to get swept and a failed breakout, right? To look for shorts back towards the lows. But the more important play, the higher probability play in a market like this would be to wait, would be to look for longs, obviously. So how would I get in here? Well, if we get another sweep, right, of the lows, reclaim, that's your long, swing long, keep your invalidation tight, right, and target new highs. In market conditions like this, right, the higher probability play is always gonna be longing. Right, that just makes sense, right? If you don't understand that, well, go study the basics, right? In an uptrend, longing is higher probability. In a downtrend, shorting is higher probability. That doesn't mean you can't make money shorting on the way up and longing on the way down. I've talked about this before as well. But that's how I would approach this current range, right? If we retest a little bit lower, right, you simply get in, keep a tight stop, and target the highs. So let's zoom in a little now and talk about the lower time frames. Where is liquidity gonna be resting, right? Now, a lot of people, including me, got chopped up with this price action, right? Big downside, then straight back up. Everyone thought we were going to moon from here, and then boom, back down. Okay, now what's gonna happen next? Well, as I said before, mixed feelings. We do still have a lot of clean lows resting here all the way into 33.2k, right? But What I don't like when shorting this is the fact that we're still in an uptrend on the lower time frames, making higher highs and higher lows, okay? This is still technically a higher high, higher high, higher high. So what I could also see here is just for this to grind higher and then accelerate to the upside. So purely for trades, I even like longing here more, right? And then if it, in case it goes lower, right, simply try again longing the lows down here, right? If we get some upside from here, the key area that we will need to break, right, will be the area we started dumping from, which is up here. Okay, so that's your invalidation for shorts. If we sweep this and break below, I could still see us run for the lows. If not, we close up here and break above here. I think we squeeze into 40Ks. All right, so that's what I'm watching for Bitcoin. I'm currently flat, just chilling in spot. But if I had to guess here, I think there's a high chance we just grind up and accelerate into next week. All right, but we'll have to see. Right, then talk about the coins that I'm in spot. First one is gonna be Dogecoin. It's my biggest spot back after Bitcoin and ETH and USDT, obviously. But I've been in, I'll show you the original call in the Discord and on Twitter. I posted this. Doge bought spot, barely moved. Once it will probably do so in one go, wrong below 0.05. That was how the chart was looking then, bought in all the way down into blue demand. We started rallying from there nicely. Target 1 got hit, but I was looking for a little bit higher. I was looking for range mean here to start selling some spots. Unfortunately, that got front run for now, okay? I'm still super bullish on this, and I think we will head towards target 2 in no time. But I'm just chilling in this, okay? Invalidation is still the same if it breaks below here. Why? Because I could still see this retest down here, range lows maybe on the weekly, and then make its way towards target 1 and target 2 again. Okay, so this is the one. Yeah, I think Doggy is just such an easy play when markets go up. Like, then you've got Elon Musk talking about it as well. One tweet and this will probably moon. I mean, it's funny and it's sad at the same time, to be honest. That it depends on that it can depend on such a thing, such a stupid thing for this to moon, but it is what it is. And purely technical, right? I really like the look of it. We've got nice upsides yesterday, making higher highs and higher lows. Just swept some lows here, so I could see this move back to the highs from here, honestly. But just chilling in this one. Let's see what it does. Another one, Pepe. Been talking about this one for ages as well. Also a meme coin. Range lows, range highs. Swept range lows, right? Clean reclaim, strong reclaim. Swept the highs, unswept lows, okay? That's the reason why I'm not long on this one. What I would do is if we sweep these lows, right, then this is a beautiful continuation range, meaning upside, range high, range low, range high swept, range low swept. What would confirm for this to make another leg higher? The sweep of the lows, but more importantly, after that, the reclaim of range mean, okay, the middle of the range, which would come in at, yeah, roughly around here. Red, like this. Okay, so break above there after sweeping the lows. So if we sweep the lows, I'll take some aggressive longs. Why? Because invalidation is so clean, right? You just know range low is the invalidation. If you break below here, yeah, then it's game over. Then it's gonna nuke a lot more. So be ready for anything as always. But in my opinion, if it sweeps these range lows, you simply buy, okay? And you target all the way up here. We've also got clean lows, clean highs, sorry. up here. Did we sweep them? No, as you can see, clean equal highs to the upside, which would then be the target. So I'm in spot in this one. Where did I buy? I swing longed it on the reclaim here and closed up here on margin, and then I bought spots. So I think I'm at break even right now, but the target for this one is up here, 50% gain. Maybe hold some in case it breaks out and moves a lot higher. Okay, that's Pepe. Then a coin I bought last week, which I'm underwater on right now, is this one, SNX. Why? I like the look on the weekly. I thought I had my range. Yeah, it's here. I really like the look on the weekly. As you can see, a big ass range, just like we had on Link and a lot of other coins before they started moving really nicely. I bought the current highs, but yeah, it's not gonna change anything. The idea on this is still definitely valid, right? Range high swept, range low, slightly swept, but would have loved if we went a little bit lower on the sweep, but that's okay. And now simply ranging, but once this breaks out, I think it pulls a link move. So I think it will trade towards this area rather quickly, and then hopefully make its way all the way up into $7. But as you can see, the potential on spot plays on this one is massive. I didn't buy the size I bought on Doggy and Pepe, so my Pepe and Doggy bags are bigger than this one. I might buy some more if we retest this gray area. Okay, so if we do something like this, boom, that's where I'll buy a little more. Break below here and I'm out. Okay, so yeah, let's see what it does. That's this one, and then Litecoin, the last one, Dino Coin. But I think a lot of people are, I'm not expecting what it's still capable of doing, and I just really like the higher time frame look of this. Big ass demand area, range low being built right on top of it. So range high, range low, range high swept all the way back into range lows. Ranging, breakout, retest. So in my opinion, I could see this move back towards range mean, range high, and if it breaks out, probably be around 150 area in no time. Okay, the validation on this one is also very clear. Simply if it breaks below the consolidation area, the range low sweep into this higher time frame demand, I want to see that hold, right? If it doesn't, sell the retests and wait until reclaimed. Okay, so that's this one. So generally, let's lastly talk about ETH. While Bitcoin had its highs at 31K and did this move, if you compare it to ETH, which has its highs here, this barely moved, right? So I could see ETH play catch up with Bitcoin. Now the question is from where? Well, up here, everyone was max bullish and was targeting the highs. Again, including me. I longed up here, and that's the reason for giving back most of my profits, because I had size on this one as well. Anyways, got stopped out. But right now, I feel like everyone basically gave up on Ethereum. While I think technically we're still sitting at support down here that we retested. Nobody is expecting it. We have clean highs up here, so I wouldn't be surprised if this starts rallying from here. Clean highs, I might even have to relong this. I think a setup like this, something like this, target there, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I do think that makes sense. anyways, that's gonna be it for today. So as I said on Bitcoin, I wouldn't rush into longs right here, although I think there's a chance that we just make higher lows and just start accelerating into next week and make new highs. But there's always a chance we trade lower, and we still have all of these clean lows, all of that clean liquidity unswept to the downside. So I could also see a retest of there, which would be a gift in my opinion. Okay, so if it retests that, buy. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. If you still want to join the Vela trading competition, have some fun. Maybe you get a piece of the 90,000 ARB price pool, which is up to which is more than 90,000 US dollars. Head over to the description, more info down there. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.